Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jiannan. You can call me Nick. Also, first, I want to thank the committee to organizing this conference for us to show our research. I'm an assistant professor at the Department of Civil, Environmental, and Construction Engineering, and my area is environmental engineering. So in this talk, I want to especially talk about the containment and sensing technology in solid and hazardous waste management. So I joined UCF in 2020, and before I joined UCF, I was a postdoc researcher at University of Virginia, and I got my Ph.D. from University of Wisconsin. My research interest is majorly related to the solid waste management, also contaminant transport in soil medias. So in this talk, I want to especially focus on my research in the waste management, especially for my interest in waste management. I focus on waste categorization, waste recycling, energy recovery, and also final disposal. So I'm gonna talk mostly about my research on the final disposal in this topic. So my teaching interest is introduction to environmental engineering and also introduction to smart cities. So for future cities, we all need sufficient power supplies and materials, and also we want to have a better life and also better medications. So this is our future scopes. And however, behind all this industry and manufacture processes, we all created waste. For example, we have the power waste, we have waste from the mining, from the manufacture of the materials. We also have municipal solid waste and also medical waste. Especially my work was focused on the waste from the power related to, for example, the fossil fuels burning, the coal ash, and also low-level radioactive waste. So for me, for this talk, I want to especially talk about the landfill, that is the containment system for the solid waste. Why we talk about this is because the waste generated over the years are increasing due to the urbanization and also the fast-growing economy. So landfill is still one of the prevalent measure to for the disposal. So for the landfill, because the waste when we fill into the landfill, it generated the leachate, that is the water. We need to better managing this water because this leachate is gonna contaminate the groundwater if we are not we are not treat this water appropriately. So one of my scope is and research is to develop material that is have low permeability and can better contain this liquid and to avoid secondary contamination. And my second project is related to monitoring the groundwater levels and also contaminant transport near the landfill area, because for landfill design, we need to make sure the groundwater is not touching the bottom of the liner. And also we need to know the contaminant transport to make sure the groundwater is safe and so no environmental issues. The third is a current issue, and current project and scheme is to using drone to monitoring the landfill daily operations. So I'm gonna go over the three research schemes one by one. So for the first one is I collaborate with my collaborators, Dr. Benson, Dr. Reinhardt, and Dr. Abichu, and other industry collaborators to create material that is called bentonite polymer composite. So we collaborating with several industries, and the objective is we are creating the material to build up the liner system that have low permeability. In this case, we add polymers in there. So we can see from this scheme diagram, when we add polymer in there, for the traditional bentonite, it has high permeability, but the polymer can clog the media and generate low hydraulic conductivity. So this is our scope, and we actually find out the polymer modified bentonite work as it is, as our hypothesis. And also at the same time, we want to ensure the performance of the material. We use simple lab or numerical approach for the industry to use, because they cannot wait for years for the results. So in this case, we are using the machine learning method, using especially the neural network and random forest algorithms to create calculator, that is web calculator, especially for the industry people to input from their end and get the results. So for this project, we already published several papers, and also currently 2 pre-proposals was submitted to Hinckley and ERAF. The second project is about groundwater management. So in this study, I also collaborate with Dr. Benson, Dr. Hises from Vanderbilt, and Dr. Tian from George Mason. So we collaborate with DOE and Oak Ridge National Lab. So here is landfill that is sitting on a soft soil with high groundwater levels. Especially this one is near the Oak Ridge and landfill for low-level radioactive waste. So the objective is to develop the best measure to control the groundwater levels. And also we want to use better sensing technology to monitor the groundwater levels underneath the landfill. One of the reasons we are doing the sensing is because the old sensors buried underneath the landfill is in the soft soil. So the stress can play a big game to increase the levels. So in another word, this this water level increase is not a real increase. So what we did is we use a nested method. That means you stack a few sensors together in different layers, and we run the models to find a better way to interpret the data. Also, at the same time, in case there's some high water level underneath the landfill, we also use the subsurface drain to control the groundwater levels. That means it directs water to other places. So from the modeling, we design a chart that is especially for the subsurface drain that is used for the field engineers to use this chart to do the constructions. So this will present in the waste management conference this year. And also we published several papers, and one journal paper under review. And also we are closely working with the CRESP team of the DOE currently. The third project is currently what I am especially looking at and I want to pursue. So this project is using the drone sensing technology to surveying the landfill for the daily operation and also the landfill safety. Especially I collaborate with Dr. Reinhardt and Dr. Nan and Dr. Fang from UVA, and also have some industrial collaborators, Dr. Buskirk. Our objective is to develop an efficient and low-cost surveying method for the landfill deformation, and also we want to use different sensors to see the surface conditions of the waste. So in this study, we have two approaches. So one is developing the method, for example, using LiDAR, infrared, and also microwave radiometer to see different features of the waste and also surface of the landfill. The other one is we have already done is to run lab testing to see the critical safety factors and also safety parameters, for example, shear strength of the material. So currently, we have done a lot of lab works on the parameters, and we are still developing remote sensing technology. Especially, we are looking for a trial site to do that, to do all the studies. Currently, we published one paper and several papers already under review, and also we submitted two pre-proposals on this topic. For the near future plans for the next term, next 1 to 2 years, I especially want to pursue my research on waste and also recycling and reusing the waste. First is I'm still continue to want to pursue the drone-based sensing technology. Especially I want to apply this technology near Orlando. So currently negotiating with several companies. And also I want to do fit and transport of emerging contaminants in waste containment system, and also using some of the waste to create synthetic soil for ecological restorations and beneficial reuse waste for sustainable highway engineering. At the same time, I'm developing new courses with Dr. Nan and Dr. Arboleda on the geotechnical method and the case history. In the future, the next terms, I want especially focus on the strategy for managing the plastics and high organic waste, which is kind of national priority issues for the waste management. Especially want to collaborate with scientists from material science, chemical engineering, and human behavior. Also, I will pursue low and high level red waste disposal and containment. Especially the high level high level red waste is one of the issue for right now the DOE. So I will pursue and find collaborations with energy companies and also Department of Energy. This is the last slide. Thank you very much for joining this talk. And also I want to acknowledge my team, collaborators, and also the sponsors. Thank you very much.